Hello, Kocha Skin! And today, guys, I'm here to do another anime review. And this anime review is to Shokugeki no Souma Season 4, Episode 1, guys. Or you can also call it Food Wars Season 4, Episode 1. Or Season 3, Part 2, Episode 1. Either of those ones you either call it. But anyway, I'm going to do now a review of Shokugeki no Souma. The new season, of course, has begun. I already reviewed Tokyo Ghoul Re. Now I'm reviewing Shokugeki no Souma. And I can't wait. I'm really excited to review this episode. But I will mention this. This is something I need to get out of the way before I do this review. I got a big announcement to make. A big announcement today. And that big announcement is that this April 21st, I'll be going to Oxford Comic Con! Yes, guys, I'm going to Oxford Comic Con. As I think you can tell what I'm wearing Kirito. I'm going as Kirito. I also got, just a minute, I also already have the swords. Now, pretty much, I just need to get the lower area sorted out. Like, obviously, I'm not going in the t-shirt or the shorts I'm wearing. I'll be wearing, of course, black trousers along with black top. That are similar looking to what Kirito wears in Sword Online. And I know, yeah, Sword Online, a lot of people don't like Sword Online, but I like it. If you diss me, I'll diss you, because you, unfortunately, are a bad person, because I don't like bad people. If you diss me because I like Sword Online, fuck you. But if you don't, I'm not saying you don't like, if you don't like Sword Online, that's alright. Just don't try to force your opinion on people. Just don't try to force it. Try not to make them not like Sword Online if you don't like it. So I'm just saying that. They like it, they like it. If you don't like it, they don't like it. Just accept it. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to Oxford Comic Con, so I can't wait. And if you guys are going to Oxford Comic Con, oh yeah, by the way, for people who actually didn't know that, yes, Oxford has a Comic Con now, so I'm just answering that question. It only recently just started. It started around about 2 or a year ago now, from the knowledge I've done, research I've done of the Comic Con. But it'll be the second or third Comic Con that's going to happen in Oxford. So it's quite a recent thing. So if you've never heard of Oxford Comic Con, I'll tell you to go there this year if you can. It's on April 21st. So, quite soon, but the tickets are still available because you can buy them digitally. I got digitally on my phone, so the ticket's on my phone, so I can easily go in. So if you want to enter Comic Con, you just need to buy it and schedule a trip to the UK in Oxford, so you can go to Oxford Comic Con if you want to go to Oxford Comic Con if you live overseas. But if you live here in the UK, obviously you just need to buy a ticket and just sort of figure out transport to get yourself here to Oxford. So, I'll just tell you that. And also, another thing I need to mention about, and also, if you want to meet me there, I will be provided to meet you guys up there, if you want to meet me at first glance. But yes, if you want to meet me, this is what I'll be wearing. I'll be wearing Kirito from Sword Online, so if you want to meet me up there, I'll hope to see you guys there. So, and if you meet me there. But anyway, all that announcement going out, I'm going to Comic Con in Oxford. Let's get into the actual review of Shokugeki no Souma Season 4, Episode 1. So, in this episode of Shokugeki no Souma, it continues exactly where the last episode of Season 3 left off. And I will say, I'm glad we got this episode, because we finally get the episode where Arina, even though she doesn't outright says it, Arina finally declares she finds Souma's cooking delicious. Now, majority of this episode is her telling the story of how she met Souma's father, how she met him, and what her actual inspiration of cooking actually is. Because she started losing this inspiration ever since the incident with her father and everything. She started to lose all that. And part of it, she never really, even before that, ever since she was born, she never found cooking fun. But from the lessons she learned from Souma's father, Saiba, Jurichiro, or Jurichiro Yukihira now, he saw him as an idol. And obviously, ever since now learning about Souma being the son of her idol and the way she treated, she started to be a bit unstable, a bit nervous to be around Yukihira more. She used to be like she outright hated Yukihira, but now she started to like him a bit more because ever since seeing the full comparisons you see with Souma and his father, and then finally realized that he's actually the son of her idol, she feels a bit of a guilt to the way she treated him. But obviously, and that's part of the reason why she decided came to his room in this episode, is because she technically wanted to apologize to what she was doing, but obviously being a tsundere, she couldn't really apologize. But what she ends up doing is telling a story of how she met Yukihira's father, and telling her worries about how everything is going to be sorted out, how they're going to beat how they're going to take down Central, how they're going to beat Central and beat her father, Arina's father. Now we found that there's going to be a special exam that's going to happen on the last day of the second term. There's going to be an exam on the last week of the second term, where if you fail, you obviously, it's classic Toutsuki Academy rules, you will get kicked out. So obviously, and this one is going to be a bit more major deal, because if you're part of Central, you have leadway. So that means because you'll be following the exact same recipe. If you're able to follow the exact same recipe, you're able to get through. But if you're a rebel to Central, you're going to have a harder time passing. Obviously, as you're a student, they can't just force you out because you're not part of Central. They can't do that, because it's part of the laws in schooling, obviously. They just can't kick someone out because they're not part of a certain organisation. That's actually wrong. Even if it's a cookery school, that is still wrong. It's still school. They can't fully do that. But what they can do is sort of put some influence into people who are part of Central and get them to succeed more than people who actually are not part of Central. Obviously, they can't fully sabotage these students either who are not part of Central. What they just do is they will give some benefits. But if they do find out this person who's a rebel against Central is better than a person that is part of Central, they will accept that person better. They will accept this rebel to be more better than this cook, because they do realise that they are a good cook. If they realise they're a good cook, one of the aspects of Central they're trying to do is persuade people to join Central. Even if they're right now they're rebels, they'll try their best to make sure they join Central. That is what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do, pretty much. But anyway, back to the main episode at hand. Pretty much with the exam, obviously Arina starts to feel worried of how everything's going to turn out, and she came to Yukihira to get some consolence in a way you think about it, and to finally get out majority of what she was feeling about the whole situation, and finding out that he's the son of her idol. And what happens there, Yukihira decides to get her to have the same taste of food that she had when she first ran into Yukihira's father. This is when she first met Yukihira's father. He decides to cook the same style of food that he got taught by his father, so she can give to Yukihira, so she remembers what she learned from Saiba, what she learned from Jurichiro. So, and for the type of dish he decides to make is a similar type of dish to what he made on the first day he met Arina. The first of the main dish was an egg, but what we found, and I've got to say, the egg dish itself, holy cow, that looked delicious. And by the way, I'm not a big fan of eating egg. I'm more of egg products, that they can have egg in it. I'm just not a big fan of the flavour of egg. That means I just don't want to have, I don't want to eat a raw egg. I'm alright if it gets mixed in something, and egg itself is actually not the flavour that gets produced from, that actually gets out You can tell the egg was news, but you can't tell that you can't get the eggy taste too much. I don't like that. But even with that, I just go, that dish that someone made, fucking hell, looks so good, freaking good. Then one thing that she finally realized, what made the dorm so special is that all the dorm mates' speciality was they had their freedom to cook. Now she fully realized why she was so inspired by Saiba's freaking dish, by Yuki's father's dish, and that because it had freedom. And the thing is, they had no idea of what they were doing. Souma and his father don't actually had a full goal of what they were doing while they're cooking. The majority of it, like 50-50 was planned, 50-50 wasn't. They were like going on the balance scales. That's what they were doing. They were expecting to either to be good or fail. That's what they were expecting. To be good or bad. That's what they expected. They don't expect it to be perfect. They expect it to be as best as they can at that moment. That's what they're trying to do. They have creative freedom. They're trying to bring their cooking into by having freedom. Whether Central, obviously they're not doing that. They want to make them follow this specific guidelines, this specific rules, this specific ingredients, recipe, method. That's all they want to do. That's what they all want them to do. And that's what the problem is. That means that these chefs won't get freedom. They won't be able to make their own speciality. They won't get their own freedom to add their own twists to the dish. And that's what she finally realized, what made it so good. Because it was a fun, playful kind of dish that she always wanted to make. And that's when she decides to make a decision. By, of course, and after eating all the food, because she ended up eating all of it, and I've got to say, oh man, like, classic Irina, not Tarek, she's Souma that she found delicious, and I've got to say, poor Souma, technically, the overall reaction, she doesn't need to say it. Souma, I'm just gonna say, words doesn't always mean that says she found it delicious. But obviously his main overall goal was to make her say it. And obviously most people do rely more on words than actions, which I think is bullshit. Actions matter more than words. But words itself do come in surprisingly in a higher category than actions themselves in a lot of people. So Souma does feel a bit disappointed, but I think he knows. I think he knows deep down that he knows Irina liked it. So pretty much she pretty much says delicious, even though she didn't say delicious. And we obviously know the reason why she doesn't, because she still feels that pride as a bit of a rivalry between her and Yuki here. So obviously that's the reason why she didn't say it. But what she does, well, we found out at the end of the episode, she gathers everyone in the dorm outside the town. We're going to pretty much rebel against all of them. Against Central. We're going to beat them. We're going to train hard and beat Central in the last days of term's exams. So we can all succeed, move on the next time and beat Central. That's pretty much what she declares. And she now respects everybody's cooking. She respects them that it all has some freedom. She does admit that how she was treating the dishes was a bit educated but respectful in some way. But she does acknowledge the freedom that she got, and she is proud of that. And everybody was like, clapped together and decided to join Irina in the fight against Central. And I've got to say, that was awesome. So fucking awesome. And that's all the episode was all about. And I've got to say, that is so cool. So cool. Now there's one thing I've noticed. A bit of an improvement, or a bit of add-on to the fan service. If you guys know, the actual anime, original animes, their fan service was technically censored. Why censored? Because they didn't show the nips. Most of the time they don't show the testicles, obviously, so they make sure that we definitely know that. But we talk about the nips. The nipples. They had the nipples now, so like, if you don't see the point where Irina eats someone's food the first time, Irina showed her nipples in her dream sequence. She had nipples on her boobs. I don't know why I'm mentioning this, but I need to mention this. They improved the fan service. They improved the fucking fan service by adding the nips. Like, it was the ordinary fan service we usually get. But what they just added, it was the nipples. I was like, what the hell? And that's sort of like, what? And that was a major thing that most people all actually noticed straight away. Because people's logical minds, ever since Food Wars started, we have noticed that they didn't show any nips. Obviously, we all know that it never showed any nips. It never showed any nipples or any form of proper private parts in this series. It never really showed it. They always sent them, including the male characters, surprisingly. They always kept them, like, no nips. But with Arena's case, in this episode, she actually has nipples. I was like, what? There's nipples now? I was like, what? I know I'm being overreactive, but the last 3 seasons didn't do it. I know there's anime out there that the first season showing no form of fan service to this extent that shows nipples. But then sooner or later when the season 2 came out, that is when they showed the nipples. And I was like, okay, wasn't expecting that, but I'll accept that. But there was this 3 season off. This is like 3 seasons after that. And the last 3 seasons, it was sort of established that, okay, this is more like how the season's going to be like, the rest of the series is going to be like. But, because this is improvement, it just makes me wonder, what are they going to improve on next? What are they going to improve on next? Because I thought that they were going to keep the same style of fan service for the rest of the series. Like, I was expecting that, but no! Obviously, it's the same fan service, the type of fan service, it's just the improvements they made with the fan service which caught me off guard. I'd be like, what? Like, I was, like, shocked. I didn't notice until it went in close-up. I didn't even notice it until it was a close-up to the boob of her. I was like, what the hell? When they went into the close-up, that was when I noticed. I was like, it looks normal until close-up. I go, what? That red part. That red part. Dark red part. On the boob. I was like, what's a nipple? It had nipples now. I was like, what? I know it's been inappropriate to add that there, but I'm just saying now, oh god, they improved the fan system, that caught me off guard, so we're gonna expect a bit more of a, going on. I'm just gonna mention that there. The fan service is gonna be a bit more hyped now because of adding more private parts to it. But anyway, overall, that's all we got to say about the episode in general. The animation itself, amazing. Animation looks fucking good. The foodgasm scenes look fucking good. The flashback scenes look fucking good. And the contrast of how Arena is feeling, like how the goes shaded black to the brighter colours, I like how that works. And yeah, there's nothing really else I could say about it. Anyway guys, that's all I got to say about Shokugeki no Souma Season 4 Episode 1, or Food Wars Season 4 Episode 1, or Part 2 of Season 3 Episode 1 of Shokugeki no Souma / Food Wars. Anyway guys, hope you guys like it. Become a channel fan, stay if you guys and stuff email, comment in the description down below, my address is down yeah, and also if you guys want to help me on Patreon, my Patreon's down in the description as well. And also, guys, if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Animino, these are the searches you must do to find me. On Facebook and on Animino, it's Connor Travis. If you search Connor Travis, I'll be there. And on Animino, Sword Art Online or Fate image. If you see that, if you see those, that's me. I'm just telling you that. If you see a Sword Art Online or a Fate image, at least double check. I think it's Fate. But I might be Sword Online, I need to double check. But if you see that image, that's definitely me for anybody who wants to realise that. But also, on Instagram, just search at ConnorTravis1998. If you want to follow me on Instagram. Anyway guys, hope you guys okay. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Bye guys!